I gotta be honest, I don't even know if I'm gonna last the full 24 hours. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm here saying that I'm going to do a spontaneous 24-hour readathon. I have a lot of books to get through, like books that I have on like my Libby that I haven't read yet but have 2 days left, and then on the 15th my library books are supposed to go back and I haven't read a plethora of them. So I'm just going to... One of the dogs got fucking dirt on my pants. Cool. I'm just going to kinda, read as much as I can in 24 hours. I'm not gonna make it a super strict thing. I'm not gonna be like, I have to be reading for 24 hours. I'm gonna be doing my thing, but I'm gonna stay up for 24 hours or attempt to. I might not be reading the entire time, whatever, but I'm gonna take you through this 24-hour journey with me. So like, no matter what I'm doing, you're probably gonna see it. I also would like to say, I'm about to have edibles. And I was gonna start at 12. I am gonna start at 12 probably, or maybe 11. Well, it's like 10:40 right now, so like 12. Okay, I'm gonna start at 12 o'clock p.m. That's in like an hour and 10 minutes. I don't know how this is gonna affect me because here's the thing. I have edibles all the time. I get Delta 8 edibles that are 100 milligrams, and I have like 75% of that, so I have like 75 milligrams all the time. But then there's this thing called THCO, which is like a little bit more like psycho. Or wait, what? It's a little bit more like in your head, like what's the word I'm looking for? What the fuck? Oh yeah, it's like more hallucinogenic, but it's like it's not bad. And that's another thing. Weed affects me in a really weird way. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The Delta 8 gummies every single time will get me high, but then they will make me slump to no end. Like, it's bad and kind of just really annoying, and I can't do any reading with that. But then I got these because THCO is a little bit heavier than Delta 8, and I was like, okay, well, these are only 20 milligram per gummy, 10 count, okay. I don't know if it's gonna work. Like, if I have two of these, it's only 40 milligrams, and like I just said, I'm used to having like 75 milligrams, so I don't know. And like the last time I had two of these, I didn't really feel it. So it's all unpredictable, is what I'm saying. But I'm going to try and do my best. So thank you for coming on this journey with me, and I will see you in a second. You wanna take them with me? Look, I'm just gonna be out here. I'm going to be honest. It's 11:54, and my boyfriend and I are hate watching Shane Dawson. I don't want to do anything else but hate watch Shane Dawson right now. I might do it for a bit. I might not start at exactly 12, but it's fine. It's fine. We continue. We carry on. Hi. It's 1:10. I got distracted by the Shane Dawson rabbit hole that my boyfriend put us in, and now it's 1:10 and I have not started a solitary book, which means I'm gonna have to stay up until 1. I really don't know how this is gonna be. This may be the most chaotic 24-hour readathon you've ever seen. Like, I'm just trying to do what I can to read as much as I can in as much time as possible, like as little time as possible, I guess, and also just be okay and thrive. Because if I were to force myself to just only read for 24 hours, I don't know how I'd do it. I don't know how I'd succeed. I don't think I would. It would just be a fail. So I'm just gonna do what I can to just read as much as I can, and I will document the process in 24 hours. This is the first hour. I'm gonna show you my tentative TBR. Okay, so there's this book called Mercy Street. I only have 2 days to read it. Otherwise it goes back on Libby. I really wanna read... Oh yeah, I have a book to finish called Highly Illogical Behavior. I'm almost done with that book. I'm 70% in. I have an hour left, and I've been reading it on 3 times speed. So honestly, probably 45 minutes, 30 minutes left. Not that bad. So that's probably what I'm gonna start with. And then I want to read Crying in H Mart. It's over there. I don't feel like getting it, but I'm gonna try to read that one. It's a book that I'm gonna read for the Summer Splash TBR. And I'm might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm also probably gonna try to finish a Perilous Undertaking that is downstairs right now, but that's a Veronica Speedwell book. I'm almost done with that one. And then we go into the books that I will physically be reading. Because, by the way, this sounds really ambitious, but here's the thing. I have some audiobooks for, like, basically every single one of these things, and that helps a lot, especially when you're trying to get through a lot of books, like, quickly. A book that I'm going to end up reading without it being an audiobook, like a few books, The Discomfort of Evening. And although I don't plan on finishing this in one sitting, like, if I want to start this is an option for me. And the same thing is true for Sea of Tranquility. I might not finish it, but I also, like, I've heard that this is a very, like, short book. Like, I've seen the audiobook. It's like a 4-hour audiobook. Like, come on. So I think I could actually read this one on my own, like, in that time. So that's also possible. And then there's also Tomorrow. I definitely do not plan on finishing that one here, but I do want to at least read the first chapter, which is like 61 pages. So that's all my reading goals. I hope you could keep up with that. Now I am going to get to reading because it's 1 o'clock and this is just embarrassing. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, cool. Okay, I don't exactly know what time it is, but let's say it's been about an hour, because it has, I'm not lying, it has. I've got to say, I finished Highly Illogical Behavior with a little bit of time added. Honestly, I have like 10 more minutes for the hour to actually be up. Anyway, that doesn't matter, but I am here to talk about that book because I absolutely loved it. I think I'm gonna give it a 4-star. I haven't put it on my Goodreads yet, but I think it's a 4. Basically, it's about this kid named Solomon who's agoraphobic and he hasn't left the house in 3 years. And then there's this girl named Lisa who is trying to find out what happened to him, and she does that so pretty quickly. It's a very quick book. It's like 200 something pages. So Lisa wants to go to a college and they give out like a scholarship for like the best paper on like my experience with mental illness, and her experience with mental illness was going to be Solomon. So she basically like used him, but then they became fast good friends. And then Lisa had a boyfriend named Clark, and then Clark and Solomon met and they became the best of friends. But basically Lisa was like lying to Solomon the whole time, but at the same time not really, because she started actually liking Solomon. He was hilarious, he was charming, he was cool, he wasn't crazy like they all say, like they all talked about. I absolutely freaking loved this book. It was so cute and like heartwarming. I loved seeing Solomon create great friends, even though it was a little shady there at one point in time. But of course, like, I understood what Lisa's motivation was. And I knew that, I kind of was on her side as well, like, in the sense of, like, she didn't know him at first, so it was, like, an abstract idea to her to like, talk about Solomon in her paper. Like, it was just, like, such a random, like, it was just so distant to her actual life, but then she got to know him and absolutely loved him, and it was just so cute. It was just, like, a cute little story about friendship and about, like, this kid, again, he's agoraphobic, which I really relate to. Honestly, if I was a little bit more, I'm like a degree and a half away from agoraphobia. I feel I have really bad, like, OCD, like, obsessive thoughts. Like, there was a clip, like, a part in the book where Solomon's talking about how he sees in his head, like, about how his parents die, like, and it, like, runs in loops. It's like, it was basically, like, describing death OCD, and I literally, like, took a picture of it. I was like, me energy on my Instagram story, because, like, if that's not me, I don't know what is. And, like, I'm not here saying it's a great, like, life to lead, because obviously it's not, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm a degree and a half away from where Solomon was, so I really, really feel like I got it. And, like, I don't know, I really liked it. It was enjoyable. I'm so glad I read it. Like, I kind of picked it up on a whim. I wasn't expecting, like, I don't know. I picked it up on a whim. I saw it on Libby, and I was like, oh, like, this, like, looks interesting. Like, it's called, like I said, like, Highly Illogical Behavior. That's what the title is. And this is the cover, and that made me, like, intrigued by it. And then, as well as, I read the description, like, just, like, part of the description, and it instantly was talking about how he's agoraphobic and all of this stuff, and I'm like, okay, I'm here with that. I get that. So, I absolutely loved it. Okay. And now I'm gonna probably move on to, what should I move on to? Oof. Oh yeah, okay, I was gonna read Mercy Street now, I think. And I'll check in with you in an hour and tell you how far I am in Mercy Street. Okay? Cool. See you on the flip side. I'm like obsessed with saying that or something. Hello, it is 3:08, I believe. I don't know, 3:07, 3:08, something like that. I'm here to say I've been reading Mercy Street. It's alright, but very depressing. And lately I have not been in the vibe that I used to be in, like where I was always reading like kind of really sad shit or like traumatic shit happening to people over and over again. Like I used to only read that. But lately I've been like, you know, life is too freaking hard to like also like always be reading about how like fictional lives are hard as well. You know, it kind of made me existential, it made me sad, it's a lot of things. And I kind of feel that way with this book. So, if you don't know, Mercy Street is a new release. It just came out this year, and it is about, like, this woman who works at an abortion clinic. And so I thought that this was, like, an appropriate time to read this, you know, with Roe v. Wade and everything like that. And I've been wanting to read books, like, literary fiction with just, like, abortion, like, representation. I feel like that's not the right word. Just talking about it, you know, just exemplifying it. And I am here for that. But what I would rather see, instead of this woman talking about all the people she sees at this clinic that she works at, these underage girls, explained like a black 17-year-old with box braids, and how she had all the questions she had to ask her because she has to ask Minor certain questions. That just depressed me. That made me really sad. So it's hard to get through. So all that being said, I'm taking a break. This isn't really because of each other. I'm not taking a break because of it. Because I could continue to read a different book, and that's what I'm here to say I'm gonna do after my boyfriend and I watch another episode of this Shane Dawson podcast. Please help us. What's wrong with us? Because he said something about wanting to watch it, and I was like, I've been thinking about it too. Well, I've been reading. I kind of want to get back there. So that's what's happening. Okay. I am 20% of the way into Mercy Street. That's where I'm at right now. I don't know what book I'm going to pick up next. Actually, if I'm in the mood, it depends on what mood I'm in. If I'm in the mood to physically read something, I'm going to pick up no, that's a bad idea. If I'm in a physical reading mood, I'm going to pick up, I have my doubts. I barely am ever in like a physical reading mood. Like I'd rather listen and read along. That's my favorite way to read something. So I would rather do that. So I'm not really ever into a physical reading mood where I don't have any audiobooks for it and I just have to actually read it. But if I have to, I think I'm gonna pick up The Discomfort of Evening. Is that a bad idea? I don't know, because this book is pretty fucking depressing too, and it actually banks on my like OCD thoughts. I don't know, but I've been wanting to read this for forever. I don't know. This is okay, either this or this. If I'm in a physical reading mood. I was gonna say tomorrow, but I'm like, I'm not gonna finish that book today. I know I'm not. I'm not trying to, because I'm buddy reading with somebody and I wanna like take my time with that book. I'm not gonna fucking try to finish it. I'm not. If I were to start it at all today, it'd be the first chapter. It would be 61 pages. And that's probably where it would end for me. I would rather get into all these other things. But then if I'm in an ebook mood, which I probably will be, not ebook, audiobook mood, which I probably will be, probably want to like read and like play video games. That's what I was doing when I was like reading Mercy Street. Part of Mercy Street, I was like playing Mario Bros. And so if I am in that mood, I want to read Patricia Wants to Cuddle, because there's this book club that I'm trying to kind of be part of. Plus, I just heard about this book and it sounds really interesting, and I have it on a script, and it's a 6-hour audiobook. Like, it's pretty short, so I could just like pop that in my ears and just do my thing, you know? So depending on what mood I am when I come back from the Shane Dawson podcast will depend on what book I read. Yes, I am ordering DoorDash and still watching Shane Dawson's podcast instead of reading. In this climate. Whatever. Hey guys. Remember me? So, here's something fun. It is, I actually have no clue what time it is. Let's see if this can turn on, I will tell you what time it is. It does not turn on, it is dead. Point is, it's several hours later. I've gotten very distracted. I'm now gonna get back into reading. I've been reading Mercy Street. I have some feelings about it. I said something about it later on. Actually, it's 7:22. I looked at the clock before I came in here. It was 7:22 when I looked. Anyway, and I was just like, this is like kind of depressing. Ugh. And to think, I was like about to be like, I'm gonna push through. But that kind of sounds like the worst idea to me. I don't know, what should I do? I'm gonna push through. Let's be honest. It's just not what I was expecting, because it started, well, the chapter I just left off on, which was chapter 5, like, it was in the middle of talking about Claudia and her experience again. Her being at the clinic, working at the clinic. But I want to say that in the middle of that, from chapter 1 was about that, and chapter 5 is, like, seemingly about that. But then 2, 3, and 4 in the middle started talking about this guy named Timmy, and Timmy is basically Claudia's, like, weed dealer. And so it talked about weed, and I never thought I would say this, way too fucking much. It was weird. I was like, okay, we get it. It was like 3 chapters worth of talking about Timmy and how much he likes weed, and they were talking about like strains and like how Timmy got into weed. Now, you tell me what the fuck this has to do with anything, because I certainly don't fucking know. So that's how I feel about it. I'm 25% of the way in. I don't know. Should I read this for another hour? Should I move on to something else? I really can't even tell what I want to do. I kind of want to sit outside though. I feel the need to continue on with Mercy Street just because I started it. Maybe I should read A Perilous Undertaking, because I started that and I'm almost done. Like, you know, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Uh-oh. I'll figure it out. And I'll tell you when I do. Well, maybe not right when I do, but you'll know. I wasn't joking. Here to talk about how tired I am and how I think I might not make it. I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I really do want to continue reading, but I'm so tired and I haven't been reading for like the last hour and a half. I'm just being real honest with you guys. Am I still gonna post this? I can't tell. I really can't tell. If you see it, you see it, man. But this is trash. Hello, everybody. Yes, the sun is in my eyes, but at the same time, I feel like this is a cool, like, lighting moment. I wish lighting could always be like this. Anyway, it's 7 in the morning. I did go to sleep. So my 24-hour readathon kind of, that sounds like a flop. But technically, it hasn't been 24 hours until it reaches 1:10 today. So what I'm going to try to do is read as much as I can for the next few hours and see what happens. I do have a headache. I do have stomach ache. I am on my period. I said that earlier. Like, I'm not feeling the best right now. I also need to take a shower before I really get the day going. These 2 things are going to be my lifesavers today. Water and caffeine. I need it right here, right now. I've needed it for an hour. I've been up for an hour. I've been looking at fake disorder cringe on Reddit. I'm gonna try and finish Mercy Street. That's my 2 cents. I don't fucking know. Or read A Perilous Undertaking. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing, okay? Have you guys ever watched a 24-hour readathon where the person does the outro like about, I don't know, at least 70 hours? after making the video. So I'm here at my apartment, different area, lots of things happen at any given time, you know how life is. So I'm just here talking about all the books that I did end up reading and getting to in this 24-hour reading vlog that I created for myself. So I did finish A Perilous Undertaking. It was very good. I'm glad that I continued on with the Veronica Speedwell series. It's just a light, fluffy, cozy mystery, and it's a great vibe. I read it for the Summer Splash Readathon. So when that goes out, you can see my full in-depth thoughts. And then I did not get to finish Patricia Wants to Cuddle, but I did start it, and I honestly really was enjoying it. It's this interesting take. Basically, it's a bunch of people on a reality TV show. I could not for the life of me remember if those were all the books that I had, but it looks like it was. So that was my mini little vlog. Look, I know it was a mess. I hope to do one of these where it really is just happy, goofy, silly vibes. Thank you so much for watching. I'm having a bad brain day where I feel like I'm not making sense in the slightest. So goodbye, and thank you so much for watching.